A little bit of everything podcast. Luck is in the building on a whim tonight because I had no clue I was making a podcast. I was thinking about a few things, and after I took a shower and got dressed, I'm like, fuck it, we finna do it. So here I am podcasting out of nowhere. It was March. I did one last month. It's about time I did one this month. You feel me? But I got a story to tell. Hence the title, The Vanessa Story. Now, what they say in the movies, the story is based on true events, but it's fiction. You know what I'm talking about? So don't get to asking questions or thinking it's something, you feel me? It's just, based on true events. But it's all fiction, though. You feel me? Hence, the Vanessa story. So the Vanessa story begins with a lover previous. And one that she had really wanted to be with. But he wasn't on the right type of time at that time. So she had something else new laying in wait like a woman does. And, she pursued it. And it started out really, really good for Vanessa. It was, the honeymoon stage is lit. And then you have your first few arguments and you kind of get over that. And then you kind of in like the honeymoon phase of the relationship for real after that. Like it's just, everything is on top of the world. It's all good. You can't beat it. And then you hit a bump in the road. You feel me? And it's a significant bump. Fuck the ride up. But you mend it. You slide through it. But along the way through that sliding, boom, boom, two more bumps in the road. You feel me? But you keep pushing. You keep going. Getting through it. But it's rough. It's rocky after them bumps. Even when you forgive, you don't really forget, right? Like you don't really just let it slide. So, you keep pushing through, but you still trying to make it work. But you're just suspicious of everything at this point. No matter what. You think it's something else. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but but you still push through. You're still together. And then at some point, I don't know what it could be. I think every woman is different. Sometimes it's the cheat that you just did, or it's the lack of trust that you just had, or something from the beginning that you thought would change and it didn't. And kind of tap out a little bit. You ain't check out all the way, but you taking you kind of taken aback without saying anything. And men don't really realize it. Some men do. Some men catch it and they say something. But even if they do, it's still a little. You could, once you kind of check out of something, whether you fully or partially or half, it's the box. You check this. It's a little difficult to get back from that, but you still in love. You still in love. You feel me? And if you don't, you really don't. You still love them. You still want to be with them. Make it work. You've been doing it for this long. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've been doing it for this long. You feel me? And y'all did everything possible to try to make it work and stick through. And then you get engaged one day. Out of nowhere. Boom. And you happy. Right? right? You gotta be happy. I mean, part of you is, but remember in the beginning, you wanted it when it was that want stage, when everything was great. Wanted that shit. And then when it got rocky, it was the need stage, and you might have needed the proposal to save it. And that was kind of the I'm still here phase. And you tapping in with certain things and checking on certain things that you wasn't worried about before. But the best part of the Vanessa story is it has no ending. I don't know how it ends. I just know how it leads up to where it gets to. It can go in multiple number of ways, though. You get married. You feel me? Be happy. Or you can get married and be miserable. Or you could blow the whole thing off and be the villain. Or who knows what you can do. It's a lot of possibilities. You feel me? Moral of the story is and this ain't fiction for me, this is the absolute truth. Women, especially women in my life, once I tried to get it together, you feel me, they was already kind of over it, you feel me, and I kind of knew, so I would always just dip. Like, some niggas, you could tell when a woman is a little over you, bro. Like, you just can. You cannot escape it. It's obvious. Like, just her reaction to you and certain shit you be doing and things you be talking about. Like, the conversation change. And, like, you could see it. You could see it. I know you can, because I be seeing it. But, you feel me? Just the other night, I was saying to myself, like, it's a big difference between young me and old me. Because young me will react so differently to just like that situation. Like, the ego of young me would press and push until I got you to admit what you was really on. Like, I knew, but I wanted to hear you say it. Like, that's how I knew you was on a different type of time then, because you said it. It's what you felt. All right, I got you. But the old nigga in me, man, okay. Like, if you paying attention enough, you'll see me like, all right, that's cool. We just gonna move forward. You feel me? Whatever comes from it, comes from it. Like, that's the mentality now. It took time to get to this. No way I could have been like that in my 20s. Nah. Hell nah. 30s? Nope. I mean, I've always been real nonchalant about a lot of shit, but, like, that's crazy. That's wild. Y'all still upset about me not having an ending to the Vanessa story? I don't have one, man. I don't know how it ends, but it's options. It's definitely options. If I ever do get a chance to watch the ending of the Vanessa story I was telling you about, well, you know, maybe I'll tell you. But shit, since we own that, rekindling old flames, okay? Now, I'm talking about 5 to 10 years old flames. Now, listen. Excuse me. It's certain people in your life that you just not gonna not never be cool with, right? And I'm not talking up. I am talking about that because that could turn to an old flame too. See, I don't want to make it seem like, because overall, I think rekindling old flames is a bad idea. But it depends on the circumstances of, of course, for everything. But let me give you an example of what I'm saying. If it's somebody that you was like really with and really had something going on with, like shit, girlfriendish, boyfriendish, like, but y'all was no. Run. Now, if it was one of them, see, even if it was just a sexual relationship, like y'all was only fucking, and then 10 years, 12 years, 13 years later, y'all see each other and y'all want to run it back, I still think that's a bad idea too. For real. The one I give a pass, either y'all was like talking, if you was talking to a chick, if I'm talking to a chick and we talk for a couple months, but even though we talked for a couple months and we kick it and we was really feeling each other, we just didn't, you feel me? She just didn't slay the dragon. Then I'm cool with trying that again, because you really don't know, even if y'all only bone once, like you really don't know how far it could have went. You feel me? Because shit get tricky with women, man. They'll be into you on Tuesday, and by Friday, you don't know what the fuck just happened. And you ain't even do nothing Wednesday and Thursday. But in any event, we're not on that topic right now. The fiction. Yeah. Like, them cool. You can probably work with them numbers. But something from when I had her, it was my bitch in 2000, whatever. Nah, man. Nah, leave that skeleton where it's at. Trust me. Take it from me. Leave that skeleton where that is, man. Sheesh. But, and then, like, it's the sneaky league now, but the fuck buddy, like, all of that shit, like, it's a reason why that stuff in. Like, you feel me? There was some form of non-compatibility there. Because if it was more than that, y'all wouldn't just be fucking. I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? If it was more to it, if it was really real, the fucker would have been enough and y'all would have been together. But, so it's something off. Might not want to, tangle with that one right there. But yeah, that run back be wild. That run back definitely be wild. Don't do it. Don't. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying, man. Just be careful. I got this list in here of questions I want to ask guests, right? Since I hardly ever got guests, I got some cat shit in here, which is quite hilarious. And I don't think I've actually talked about any of these on my podcast. So here go one of them. Let me just put a little notation next to this so I know I used it. You feel me, on my own. Would you still live in an apartment building where you got jumped at? Why would you still live in the apartment building you got jumped at? Like, the next setup, there's no... After that, you got to start shooting. Like, you got jumped. You can't live here no more. What? Hey, man, listen. It's a big difference between being tough and being stupid, man. For real, for real. Like, you can't be dumb and stupid. You can't. Like, move it. Yes, you have to. Yeah, you gotta move. You get jumped. That's damn near. That's damn near automatic for real. We just gonna have to roll with that one. That's Okay, so a couple months ago on Twitter, they had this this girl basically said that her dude was gonna break up with her if he won her girls trip because he had to be stuck at home with basically the kids and shit. He was on some goofball time, and it had this whole debate going about going on trips with your friends when you got a dude, and it's a lot of idiots in this world for real. Like, for real, for real. They got this thing going around on Twitter right now which is why I really don't like Twitter sometimes. But you're saying for the engagements, the more people who comment on it or retweet it, you get paid for it. So it's a lot of people recycling hella old tweets or recycling tweets that somebody just put up that was a banger. It's saturated for real. But in any event, the tweet is basically a woman saying, all the ones I've seen have been from women, that that you better keep me delusional as long as you can. What was the second part? Keep me delusional as long as I can. As long as you can. Cause me with sense is a cold bitch. Something along them lines where staying delusional or somebody keeping you delusional. And every time I see that shit, I be like, man, are y'all dumb for real? Cause people really react to that. Social media is really fucking up relationships, I think. I mean, I always thought that for real. Always have. But it's even worse now. And I wasn't even going this way with this. I was supposed to be talking about that. In any event, fuck the bitch. In any event, it's fucking a lot of shit up for real. Like, music is all fucked up. Like, relationships. It's a social divide on a lot of shit. Like, all because of social media. You feel me? It's crazy how we got here from something that was supposed to be so helpful. But you can't be nice to humans. I keep telling y'all that. You can't expect a woman to be on time. Niggas ain't shit. And you can't be nice to humans. That's just, them is the codes for real. Like, you just gotta roll with them. And my astute analysis, all this shit I'm kicking to y'all. But, yeah, I wasn't even supposed to go there. But, fuck it, we made it. Yeah, that was some other shit. That shit was stupid. Go on trips with your friends, please. Don't let no dude tell you can't go on no trip with your friends. Don't let no chick tell you can't go on no trip with your friends. And please, I cannot say this loud enough. If you gonna bring your wife to be with you to the bachelor party, you should be letting niggas know that before we arrive, okay? Like, just throw that text out to everybody. Hey, you know I'm talking about finna come through and she fucking with it tonight. Cause a nigga walked in to the hotel room with his bride to be on the bachelor party, and a nigga like me was like, I'm not finna go out with them. I was cool. Nah. Why did I come to the unannounced co-ed bachelorette party? The bachelorette joint. Put them together. I don't understand that, to be honest with you. You feel me? I really don't. That was a hilarious trip, though. I got really, really... I got really, really drunk. And didn't listen to a nigga advice to slow down, James. And I was in bad shape the next morning. Very, very, very bad shape. And my guy had to pay the price for for me being in bad shape. But hey, that's what friends are for, right? But yeah, man. You can do what you want. It's your world. Just, that might be one that might be a lug you want to drop first. Like, oh yeah, baby coming. So niggas, they get their priorities in order. You feel me? But, it's all good. Right down another rabbit hole, huh? Hey, when it's going, it's going. And there you have it. A podcast on the fly. You feel me? I'll let you on the flip side. Peace.